What it do, you do? We in here like swimwear. You know what? I'm over here tripping. I didn't even give the people my intro. I'm sleep. Oh well, we go just kick it from here. We got the good brother Samurai Kennels in here.
What's good, world? What's good?
Yeah, we gonna let the people get in here. I've been gone for a minute, busting my tail, grinding hard. Let's see recordings. Stop, son, please. See, I'm trying to do this with my 1 year old walking around. Man, the pups are looking great. They look great. I like their attitude
Yeah,
and this work.
they made me laugh. Yeah, yeah, puppy, yeah, puppy, yeah, puppy.
You know, we're gonna go ahead and hit the people with it.
Yes, sir.
Oh, there you go. Work.
What it do, the YouTube family? For those who've seen it now, my brother Tony M in here. Like I said, this is a pop up. Didn't plan it, so I ain't expecting no great results. But you know what I'm saying? The information will be disseminated. You know, I was inspired by my brother, and I was really just flowing with it. The brother dropped some Jews, and I saw he had some technical difficulties, so he's trying to get this thing juking. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
So to the future, to the people who are gonna catch this in the future, salute to you. Make sure y'all share this, like it when y'all enter the building. Hit your bell notifications, and make sure y'all go over there and subscribe to my good brother Samurai Kennels, Old Yeller, or what is it, Williams Family Old Yeller Dogs.
Williams old yellow dog. Williams old yellow dog. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all lock in, tap in with us. Beautiful puppy, beautiful puppies, man.
Just trying to build up their praise drive this morning, man.
Man, you know that's one of the things that so I think like is a quintessential for myself. One thing moving forward is I don't never want to buy a dog from somebody that's past 3 months,
Yeah.
preferably for me, because I want to be able to feel the drive and the intensity that I like out of my dogs. And I know the longer you keep them away, I mean, you can build it up, but just seem like the sooner you get them, the more you get out of your dogs.
Yes.
So
Yes.
for myself, with young Sir, really good dog, and he's been as he's getting a little older. I'm still building this prey drive, but he's wanting to work a lot more. Just the last month I've seen, but in comparison to Lady May, you know, she's just if I would call him a Camaro, she's a daggone drag car.
Yeah.
Her intensity is just on a whole nother level. But I know that's genetics and what I built.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, so it's funny because schoolboy just did a video talking about like how some dogs necessarily don't work a lot, but they're naturally winded and naturally have like just talent. And so he was like, with those dogs, you don't try to change it. You just use them for for how they're built.
Absolutely. Just utilizing the best assets of the dog.
Yes.
Salute to people joining. Make sure y'all smash that. Oh, excuse me. Make sure y'all elbow drop the piss out that like button. You know what I'm saying? Hit your bell notifications. Get in the comment. You know what I'm saying? Let's get the engagements up. If you can, I would greatly appreciate it if y'all share this live. Let's get the numbers up. Let's get the you know what I'm saying? Let's get a good conversation flowing. You know what I'm saying? Um, we got the great brother Samurai Kennels in here. You know what I'm saying? I look to him as a brother in this dog game, and shit. I just think he's a genuinely good brother across the board. So salute to that brother.
Hey man, I
And
appreciate it, bro. Hey,
yes,
it's mutual, man. It's mutual, bro. And
so
that's what's so beautiful about it.
indeed, indeed. Leave that alone. Yeah, we rocking, we rolling.
Yes,
Man,
sir.
sorry about that. I'm over here trying to do several things at once. I got, like I said, I'm on daddy duty. I got my 1 year old, and we on the outside, you know, getting some of this the early morning, the almond raw, you know, that sun rays, and we in the backyard, and he's in everything, you know, being a little boy, and but I'm gonna MC this thing. We're gonna do this thing, man. I'm feeling like mojitos today, man. I'm about to sip on something early in the morning, bro.
Yeah, so I gotta do my gym regimen when we get done with this, man. But after that, it's go time, man. You know, it's go time. I got 2 weeks left on paternity leave where I'm actually home, and then after that, I actually got to go back and do a real job. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just enjoying my time, bro.
Indeed, indeed. SBC, salute, salute. Y'all give me one
Yeah,
sec.
yeah. Big up to SBC. Big up to anybody in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Come on. Okay, the brother Samurai fell out. Hey, Samurai, I don't know what's going on with your audio, brother. Maybe hook your Bluetooth up. Burgers Bulldogs, salute, family, salute. No, sir. Yeah, man, we cooking, we cooking. Hey, stop, dude. Yeah, man. In the chat, what blood y'all running? If you running the APBG, what blood you got? We just go start there. We just go rock out with it. There we go. Got the good brother back in here.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, my somebody called me, man, and it threw everything off when they called me.
No sweat, my brother. No sweat. Let's see, Samurai. I need a hide for my flirt pole. He said I need a hide for my flirt pole and a spring pole. I don't know if Brother Samurai offers spring pole. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. He said he need hides for both of them. I got you.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. So basically, just send me my email or give Brother Soul because I'm sending Brother Soul some this week as well. And I got to order a new supply, but as soon as I get them in, just shoot me your email and I get you whatever you need. I'm actually about to post a video of my last one that I had. Saki just broke it off my flirt pole. I got a little flirt pole with some music I'm gonna put out this week.
Bam, there you go. Look at God. Look at God. Get the young man squared away. Said. I'm dealing with a 1 year old, but we're gonna make this thing juice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey,
And,
so I got a concept I wanted to share with you, man, because it's something I used when I was a kid, man, and I ain't gonna say kid, but I was younger, and it worked. So I had a partner, and he was at the time he's probably in his 50s, and he had a yard full of like some hot, I ain't gonna say they was game, but they were hot, they were turned on dogs. And one of the things I would do is when I bought a new dog that was older, I would take it to his yard and leave it there for 2 weeks on the yard to be around all those crazy active dogs. And what I noticed was that the dogs that I left in his yard would take on the personality of his yard. And I did that intentionally to make my dogs more aggressive. And you know how they say you're the average of the five people you're around the most. Well, dogs are like that too. So I think that's why it's so important to have your dogs around. Only dogs that act a certain way and behave a certain way because they learn behaviors like digging and even like barking from other animals. From other animals you expose them to. What you think about that?
oh, for sure. That's transference of energy. Oh, we got
Yeah.
my brother here, Bank Statement Kennels. Salute, cuz. That that's my good brother right there. He actually bred young sir.
Oh,
Salute.
nice. Salute, salute.
Big Bank Hank in the building. Let me know if you want to link, family. You can jump up. That's my brother right there. Yes, sir. But I'm in total agreement with that. Yeah, that transference of energy. You know what I'm saying? Um, you could have a very reserved child, and you put that child and around other kids that are um, very outgoing let's just say high energy children. You leave that child there for a couple of weeks, and that child will start to adapt to that environment. And that very quiet, reserved child will become a lot more open, and you know what I'm saying. Next thing you know, you look and you like, damn, look at my baby. My baby is over, just cutting up with these kids. The hood is. You bring your kids to the baby kids. You know what I'm saying, and you thought you had a well mannered child, and you take that baby home, he acting just like them badass kids. You like, I'm
I,
about to whip your ass.
I done seen that. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. You see, dogs do get the energy from their owner. I agree with that 1,000%. It's and I think part of it, the how you hear old stories where people talk about cur dogs, this, that, and the third, or they say people had good dogs, but it just was in the wrong hands.
Yes. Yes.
That same concept. I think back for historical purposes only, we talking about the idea that people um, wanted these killers, but these motherfuckers wouldn't step on a cockroach.
Yeah.
You know, for
Yeah.
themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So how can you want something that you aren't? That same thing applies in relationships. You want a woman that's down, a ride or die, really got your back, but you don't got her back. You ain't putting out the effort that you want in return.
Yeah, man.
If you only have a few and the relationship with those hounds is one on one. Absolutely. Absolutely. The more time you spend building a relationship with your dog, that's why I think walking your dog is so vital. um, because you build in that relationship. Especially I'm the type when on average I'm gonna do at least 3 miles every other day with my dogs. At least I'm gonna say 4 days out of the week I do 3 miles with each dog, and during that time I'm talking to them. I'm having a conversation with my dog. You know, so tone, delivery, inflection.
Yeah.
My dog, they know when I'm pleased with them, when I'm trying to gear them up for something, whatever it is. It might be just a squirrel running across the street, and I'm gonna tap into that focus. Watch it, girl. You see it. Watch it. Things of that sort. even from something to where is my dogs aren't very trained at all. You know, that's one thing that I have not focused so much toward. But something is, my dogs will walk beside me instinctively, won't pull unless I tell them, let's work. I tell them, let's work, and they know to dig in. And then, but instinctively, I tell them, hey, all right, calm it down. And they'll dial back and walk right beside me. So they intelligent, but I think it's more an intuitive thing where the relationship that we build in this is getting strong. Y'all make sure when y'all come in this building, jump off that top rope and elbow drop the piss out that like button. All right, let's see what the chat. We got Melvin Harper in here. Salute. Top of the
Yep.
AM. Good.
Oh, yes,
Tony M.
sir.
Dogs pick up on everything, and it's just too. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is 100%. Let's see. He said in a good and a bad way. Absolutely, absolutely. Let's see. Yes, the leash is an umbilical cord. Absolutely. So your energy, because dogs is tapped into the primal, animals tapped into that primal. You know, they, everything is senses for them. They don't, you know, uh, the way we process information and I'm trying to what's the word I'm looking for? Like empathy, things like that. Dogs don't have that.
Yeah, yeah,
No, animals don't. So, well, I mean, there might be a couple species. We talk about elephants, dolphins, orcas, but we talk and chimpanzee, the great apes. These are very intelligent animals, but we talk about dogs and things like that. They don't have empathy, so it's all primal for them. So you're saying that leash has an umbilical cord, that transference of your energy. Always being balanced, even when you're correcting your dog, taking a step away. Same way this is the same lessons I use with my children. I never discipline my children out of anger. Always step away, take a breather. If I'm frustrated, then come and deal with it via capital punishment or if it's a lecture. What's your
yeah.
thoughts on that?
Hey, so I agree to an extent. The only thing I would change is that I believe that most animals we domesticate have the capacity for empathy, but I would say that they don't squander it as we do as humans. And what I mean by that is a dog can come check on you when you're upset and they can feel for you, but they're not going to do that at the expense of their existence. So like the dog is gonna go survive first, and then I'll care about you after we survive. Where people will go, I'll die over nothing because I got upset. The dog's not gonna do that. You know, that's much more like you said, primal instinct. But they like if you're down, your dog will come lay his head on your lap and check on you. You know what I'm saying? Like that serves no purpose other than to show that concern for you, right? But for its alpha. But also that dog in a combat situation, that dog is gonna think. How some people will respond with emotion, tears, or fear. That dog is going to respond with one of the three fight, flight, or freeze mechanics. You know, they don't get caught up in how they feel about something. They get caught up in what something is.
Oh man, great. I like the way you put that. You really expounded upon that. That's absolutely correct. Like you said, the APBT specifically, it's so much more than the battle dog. These dogs uber sensitive to our emotions. So you were definitely correct in that. I retract that part of saying lacking or no empathy. I think there isn't a deep consciousness to the empathy. You
Yeah,
know, I think that's where I was trying to say. So absolutely, you were totally right in that. Let's see what the chat is saying. Hand walk is a key for a bond. That is, I'm with you on that, brother SBC. We got Tony M. He said, I used to live in an area where I had to be aggressive, and a lot of the dogs at the time would act like me.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
totally correct. So, okay, I've experienced two things from that standpoint. I know some people. who was just they got they have the demeanor of don't fuck with me, period. And they dogs or that. Don't mess with me. You know what I'm saying? And then I know people who put on that facade, and that those dogs generally that I've seen are uh they I'll say it like this. They curb bark. I'll say it like that. They act like they're tough, but man, you hop that fence and you really run up on that dog or something, and them dogs tuck tail.
Yeah,
You know, and but same thing as with their owner. I've been in places with people who talk real tough, and then the first sign of danger, these people are hiding under tables or they in the car about to drive off and leave you, and they were the ones who provoked the incident. And it's,
yeah,
um, that's I've seen those two things. With regard to our dogs taking on the energy of the handler. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely, absolutely.
Then some, and then let me add a caveat to it. There are some, there are some dogs that are just more dominant than the actual owner as well too. And you see those people, and they dogs run everything. I know y'all seen videos on YouTube or whatnot where dogs are straight destructive, and people are afraid of their own dog. Can't put their hand in the dog bowl. The dog is correcting them, and you got shows that came from it, like Caesar Milan, the dog whisperer.
Yeah,
He said, "I'm straight out of this SBC said I'm straight out of the ghetto, so my bulldogs are like that." Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to all of the brothers who came from the hood and just doing this thing the right way. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And
yeah,
even our suburban brothers, I lived both lives. I had the duality. I lived in the hood, and I lived in the suburbs as a young man. So uh, it gave me a great view on life, and I could stand with us all.
and I
It's,
think that's the common bond that we're seeing because there is the middle class is going away. So you're either upper class or we all gonna be lower class for if you're a working class individual. That's the way that our country is moving. So you're gonna see a lot more of a merger of worlds that were typically separate once upon a time. And those of us who are on that front end are just better off for it.
okay, we got the brother. He said, "I'm trying to get to the burbs." Oh, okay. He trying to get to the suburbs. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Me, I'm just on some country. Oh man, story time. So anybody who has any type of land, if you live country, suburb, or anything like that, make sure you got cameras.
Yeah,
Got any livestock? Make sure your pens are secured. Um, Preferably, if you can, do some type of e-fencing. Um, Last week, I'll be dropping a video later this week. I found huge hoof prints in ladies' stain spots. I assumed because in the area I live in, we have a very dense population of white-tailed deer. So I just assumed, based upon, learning how to read tracks and everything, I thought Lady May had a scuffle. What my opinion was a buck whitetail. So if you know how to, if you've done any type of tracking or anything, you can tell if somebody's had a skirmish based upon the footprint.
yeah,
You see the feet, the footprints being level to multiple footprints in an area, and then it's a displacement of the footprint as well. So I'm looking, I'm like, and I thought I heard something the night before, but I didn't give it any. real energy because Lady May is, at times she can be very alertive, and I'll come out and it might be a squirrel or just something moving around the brush. Like I said, I'm on the edge of suburb and country, so I didn't pay it no too much energy. Bam. We're gonna fast forward to Monday morning. It would have been Tuesday morning, about 1:30 a.m. My dogs are going crazy. Not only is Lady going crazy, but young Sir is back here cutting up. Man, I wake up in between my chicken coop. So I have my chicken coop with my adult hens, and then I have a chicken tractor where I have some fledglings that are about 13 weeks right now. So they not quite large enough to be added to the flock. I had about a 1,300 pound bull in my damn yard, in between my chicken coops.
Man,
Huge. Now you know what, I'm probably underrating the size of this damn bull because the damn back of it was as high as my chicken coop. It had to be about 5.5 feet tall. This thing was huge. And because of all that ruckus and everything, stressed out a couple of my birds. I got hoof prints all around my damn chicken coop. I lost a bird, you know. I did lose a bird. But going back to what I was saying, make sure y'all got cameras so you know what type of things y'all dealing with, man. Lady Mae was over there getting with a damn bull. I'm glad my dog didn't get hurt. 'Cause that damn bull could kill my damn dog. With
hey,
with
so I know what you mean, man, and I want to jump in on that one too because I got a similar situation, but not quite the same. So in Fayetteville, North Carolina, right? Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me?
loud and clear, brother.
Okay, okay. Yeah, so in Fayetteville, North Carolina, there used to be a place before Peter got a hold to it called John Ballas Ranch. And on John Ballas Ranch, they had bison, they had a couple camels, a couple alligators, they had a bear, and they had some cattle. And they give you a bucket of bread and you can feed all these animals, right? So you can drive through there. And so when we got to the cattle portion, we got out of the SUV, and I'm feeding what I thought was a calf, and I'm feeding it, and it's licking my hand, eating the bread, and a large cow came over and knocked it out of the way. You know, it didn't have any horns or anything, so I didn't think anything of it. And I was like, why would a mother cow come knock a calf out of the way and start eating the food that the calf was eating? And so I'm saying, man, she's so nice, she's so nice. And so the farmer that owns John Ballas Ranch walks up and he goes, that's not a she, that's a he. I'm like, no, that's a she. She got udders. And he said, you better look again, son. That ain't udders. It was balls.
Good thing you didn't try to milk them.
Yes, sir. But yeah, man. And but I tell that story to say that's how much larger the bull was than the cow. That I thought a full grown cow was a calf in comparison to the size.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And so what you talk about as far as the horns go, when they're real young, they'll dehorn them. You know, burn the area on top of the skull where the horns will grow.
Thank
Hold
you.
on.
Like I grew up around cattle,
Your
and
audio's brother.
can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I grew up around cattle, but I never got close to them. It was just like a bunch of farmers in my hometown. I walked by them all the time, but I never, like people real funny about their livestock. You don't bother nobody animals. You know what I'm saying? So that was my first time actually like really touching them and engaging with them like that. Even though I'm from the south, so it was just a crazy experience.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That it's so myself as I've gotten older, building my community. I've spoken on this in the past that I am a black prepper or a prepper. You know what I'm saying? I'm preparing for the shit hit the fan. Food storage, ammo, plans of contingency, things of that nature. I just believe in. I think that as Black Americans, we that should be fundamental. With everything that we've gone through in our history, we should, at bare minimum, understand that when things get bad for the country, it get real bad for us. So
Yes.
being a prepper should be part of the fabric of our DNA. With that being said, I got a good brother of mine. Um, this brother, when pandemic started, he went and bought some cows. Well, he got a bull and he got a cow, a heifer, some Angus. I think his heifer is Angus and dairy cow cross. His male is straight Angus, and he done had two calves in the last 18 months. Or
Okay. Building the herd. Building the herd.
I'm sorry, repeat that, brother.
He's building his herd.
He is. With that, just learning resiliency, um, being crafty, getting back to the old. And he taught me about the burning of the horns to keep the horns from growing. They do it young, right at the post where the horns will begin to grow. They just come and burn them. So, you know, ultimately, we should all be prepping, building an arc, getting the people around you, like-minded individuals, galvanize everybody focusing on something different so that we all add value to each other. Okay, the
I
brother
100.
got a call.
Yeah. No, I was coming out of the garage and I didn't want to make too much noise, so I muted my mic.
Oh, no sweat, no sweat. I do the same thing.
Oh, also, I'm about to start. I'm about to wash my hands and start cooking me some eggs. But I'm here in the chat, bro. And when you need me, of course, I'm gonna chime in. But I did want to get y'all another thought. So the brother Tony M said, let me look at the comments real quick because I want to make sure I say this appropriately. So in the comments, Tony M said, "Taught me patience because nobody wants to accidentally make a curve." That that statement is profound, and I'll tell you why. Uh, some dogs are born curves, but most are not.
Right.
It's a matter of knowing that dog's limitation. And I'll give you an example. If you truly wanted to know if a dog was game or not, you could never not put it in the box. You would always have to find a better competitor to truly test that. So uh, when they say that all of them occur, some just quit faster than others, that's a true statement. But understanding your animal and knowing what it takes to push it to the limit where you respect that animal is what makes it not occur. And I'll give you an example. Chinaman and Jeep, that's the bloodlines are highly influenced by, right? Both of them have 4 wins. And if they were both so prolific, why did they never scratch into somebody to get their grand championship?
That's a great question. Is that rhetorical?
No, it's not rhetorical. It's I want to stimulate thought because my thought process is there's been a lot of I've even got a T-shirt that I'm trying to design with Chinaman and Jeep facing off. Why those two didn't face each other? And you know why they didn't face each other? Because they in the books they say nobody could find a dog 42 pounds for Chinaman. And in Jeep's last showing, Homer almost wiped the floor with his ass. So pardon my language. But Homer almost wiped the floor with Jeep. Jeep had a great handler who talked it back into it. And to brother Tony M's messaging, the handler can make or break a curve.
Absolutely. You got to know your dog's limitations.
Yes.
And to add to what you're just saying, brother, that same thing. I've my thought process is I don't let my dogs quit when we working any type of exercise or anything like that. I stop it. Um, we stop before I see them at that point of I'm not gonna say exhaustion, but the point of where they gonna give less of an effort. So we retract at that point. Um, so same thing. Not the same thing in a sense, but understanding your dog's limitations and never allowing them to know what the feeling of quitting looks like. He said Chinaman was a Chinaman. Chinaman was old. Okay. Vinny got married and went on vacation. When I got back, he noticed his Chinaman's, I think he was trying to say muzzle, was graying and looked old. So he retired him. Okay. He said retired him. That's Tom's Yard. Okay. Oh, we got big A Impalas in here. Salute. Caprice Nation.
What's up,
Yes.
big dog?
What it do? My fella. Yes, sir. Man,
Yes,
I'm gonna
that's
have
what
to
the
send you
family
some of them fresh
also.
eggs over here, man. I'm gonna have to send you some fresh eggs, man.
Yeah, because I'm over here using these GMO eggs. I'm going to tell you that right now. But these GMO eggs about to get it done this morning.
Man. So I'm working on some stuff. I'm gonna be quiet with that. We'll talk in the background, but yeah, it's like I said, my wife has a business. She sells the eggs, so I'm trying to increase my flock right now. I got 15 birds. I'm trying to get to 30. Uh, excuse me. Let me stop saying trying. I'm going to get to 30
That's
birds.
what I'm talking about. Manifested.
Yes, sir. I got to take that word trying out of my lexicon. So yeah, we gonna rap about that. And I would employ everybody. If you got at least a backyard, you know what I'm saying? If you want 3,000 square feet of land and your house is 1,500 square feet, whatever, you don't have to have a big yard or anything. You can buy you a prefabricated coop or build you a little chicken run and get at least 3 chickens, man. You're talking about you're gonna get at least 2 to 3 eggs a day, and that's just it's bro. You get fresh eggs. That's a renewable food source every day, right there. At bare minimum, they require little, very little, um, for their life as far as their upkeep. Feed
All right.
them, water them, giving them. I give my birds chickens. I give them scraps every day, so I get a crazy amount of eggs. We got Mayhem Kennels in here. Salute, good brother. Appreciate you slide through like a drive through. Hey, when y'all enter the building, make sure y'all come off the top rope, elbow drop the piss out that like button. And if you can, I would greatly appreciate it. Go ahead and share that link to your people. We're trying to build up the numbers. And excuse me, I got Baby Soul right here. He a little sleepy. He's been up since the crack. All right, you got it.
Mayhem in the chat. Salute Mayhem. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, sir. Hey, so let me rap with you a little bit about this chicken thing, man, because I
Sir.
was raised with my grandfather. And he had chickens, and like I told you, you don't use it, therefore you lose it. So growing up, he used to have me collect the eggs, and sometimes we would put golf balls in there with the eggs. So if a snake came in and swallowed the golf ball, it would kill the snake, right? Now,
Yeah.
a partner of mine just found a snake in his neighborhood yesterday. What do you have to help prevent snakes from getting to your chickens? Because they're going to attract weasels and snakes.
Mothballs around your chicken coop.
That's what I was taught too. And so
Also,
I agree.
something as simple as this, because all animals have a natural fear of humans based in evolution. The fact that Homo sapiens sapien has been here, I think, about 400,000 years. If we're going according to science, Homo sapiens sapien, we evolved around that time frame. Okay, they have a natural fear for humans because we hunters. Into a Gatorade bottle, urinate in your Gatorade bottle or any type of water bottle, and go around your perimeter, rather it's a chicken coop or your whole yard, and just pour that urine. What you're doing, you're creating a scent trail, and a human scent trail keeps away predators.
Okay, the pheromones and that stuff got them out of there. Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir. Yes, sir. Also, a question I personally have is, and this is for me being curious because I never counted how many eggs I was collecting from each hen because in our coop we had a roost and there was probably about he probably had about 12 to 15 hens in there at any given time. So I never counted which hens were laying how many eggs. About how many eggs do you expect from one hen in the course of a week in a 7 day period?
7 day period. The average hen should lay between 5 and 6 eggs, depending on the breeds. Hold on, y'all give me a second. Yeah, I'm trying to put my son to sleep, y'all. Y'all forgive me. We thugging. You know what I'm saying? I'm a full time father.
Hey man, I'm saying right now, you already know this, brother. You don't have to apologize for being a man, doing what a man's supposed to do. Any apology needed is congratulations for that.
Well, that's for the audience because everybody don't have that understanding. I've come into comments and people would be like, "Why don't you shut that damn baby up?" So not necessarily mine, but I've seen that on other people's lives and things like that, and I'm just like, damn, where's the empathy and
And
understanding?
those people don't belong around us. Those are not the best people. That when that turn the best people, I'm telling you, it's gonna catch because y'all are the best people. Everybody in this chat, I fuck with everybody individually and as collective, and as a collective.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, Melvin Harper. You see, Melvin Harper, he understands that that's it. Oh, that's
Oh
okay,
yeah,
son.
that's big bro. You already know Melvin. That's big bro. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. That's
And
good.
I really hope you can get him on one of your lives, bro, because one, you know how to host these things, but two, um, he has a lot of knowledge. But Melvin don't just fuck with anybody. You know what I'm saying? Pardon my French. Melvin has to respect the individual, and he respects us enough to be here. So I appreciate you, Melvin. Thank you so much.
And appreciate you, family, and good rapping with you as always. He said anybody say that in this chat should be kicked out. Oh, no question.
Yeah,
You know, I'm
absolutely.
first. You come in my chat and you start talking greasy. I'm gonna have fun because I like to spar. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get in there. I can talk that talk as well as I'm able to articulate myself. I can zone. I'm gonna talk about you. I'm gonna talk about you real thorough too. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have fun before I kick your country ass up out of here. Let that be known. Let that be known. Standing on it.
Hey, and we ride for ours too. I'll give you an example. I'm not gonna say what channel it was, but it's a brother I rocked with on YouTube, right? And so I went in his comments. He was doing spring pole with his dog. Nothing, none of us have it done. And I went in the comments and I saw this guy talking about some stop training your dog to be aggressive. All you are is a dog fighter. So I went to this guy's page because it pissed me off. I was like, if he would attack my brother, he would attack me. So I went to this guy's page and he was a wannabe YouTube game channel. And on his channel, in his community of gamers, they were saying you're trash. He was a hurt person who was trying to hurt other people, man. And that's what all these lame ass dudes is, man. They're a bunch of hurt people trying to hurt people.
Yeah, man. It's see the internet gives the lame an outlet. The people who would have no voice in 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 normal circumstances, now they get to go ahead and project that facade and that persona that they wish that they had. So it gives the cowards and the lames that voice.
Yeah.
So we in some weird times. You look at like the Manosphere and all of these YouTube channels where it's put. Hey, brother, do me a favor. Go ahead and give me about 30 seconds where you freestyle. I'm gonna lay my son down.
Absolutely. So, in these channels, y'all, and I got the water running in the background too. Let me cut that water off. Uh, for our videos and for our lives, y'all, man, like y'all already know. If y'all don't know Samurai Kennels, man, go follow my channel too. But the brother's soul is a very like he's very set in his ways and he understands who he is as a person. And that self realization is big. Like if you've never talked to him one on one, I highly encourage you to. I don't like to really share what I share with any of my brothers other than that, if I asked him permission to share it online, so I can't really tell his business. But the brother is a solid brother and a pillar of the community. If you were just in my chat, and I will release this information because he released it in my chat and it's already public, is that the brother's been married for almost 13 years now, and he's only 35. That's an accomplishment, and I'll tell y'all why. All right. When I was growing up, uh, I had a homeboy that stayed in the projects, And my dad didn't live with me. I grew up with my grandfather, and my grandmother, and my mom grew up in the same house. So I was raised almost as a sibling to my mother. So I had to mature quickly because my mother and my uncles, they didn't treat me as their nephew. They treated me as their younger brother. So my dichotomy for talking to older people comes from that upbringing. Two, my first time seeing a household with a head of household with a man was in the project, and he was like James Evans. His name was Red, Mr. Mike. He was Puerto Rican and black, and his wife Miss April was Jamaican, and they had 11 kids. And so my homeboy, they moved down from New York. They weren't originally from North Carolina. They moved down from New York, and they invited me over to hang out one day. And Mike was at work. He worked at Carolina Foods Smithfield, a hog plant. So he was at work when I got over there. And Miss April was super nice, Jamaican lady. She blew her trees or whatever, and she chilled. And so I'm over there chilling with my homeboy Dot, and Mike gets home from work, and the whole demeanor in the household changed when Mike arrived because there was a man in the house. And that dynamic, like even though my grandfather was man, he was an old man. And he tolerated things that a grandfather and a father have different roles. Yes, as a grandfather, a man, yes, but he's already raised a man that's supposed to raise the next generation. You
Yes, sir.
know, and so like in the Jewish community, if my grandfather is a carpenter and my father is a carpenter, I'm gonna be a carpenter. But we have broken lineages here. And so seeing Mike walk in that house and how 11 kids adjust to behavior for one man was powerful for me. And that let me know that the family dynamic is important. And that's what I wanted to share with y'all while my brother Soul was away. We just talk about that dynamic and what he brings to the table.
Man, that's a salute to your family. You know, I'm just following a template that was laid before me. My father necessarily didn't have the greatest upbringing. It was men around. He was initially raised by his grandparents, and then his parents later took them. But it was the dysfunction. We talking about the late '60s, early '70s. You got the what was it? The feminist movement going.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Get the man out the household.
Man, we had a lot of moving parts concentrated on the black community. So on top of the fact that at that point you're talking about three, four generations separated from slavery, and what we saw was the great migration of black people leaving the South and coming into the suburbs. So it was a very eerie place in the development of young black men and women. So my father was on the cusp of that, where he didn't get the necessary information and the instructions of a man at that point. But what he did was took the models of possibility from around him and focused it on the next generation, which was myself and my siblings, me being the eldest. So I just took that template and now I'm tweaking it for mine, and it's my focus. My family is a direct reflection of who I am. Same thing with my yard. Everything that I touch is a direct reflection. If I'm giving it a half effort, it shows. And we got to put in that effort when it comes to the things that we hold near and dear. Salute my brother Jada, God in the building. My brother in here slide through like a drive through says salute soul in this bitch, and the rest of the chat that's catching it live. I'm in here. I'm going to watch this John later. Hey, salute God. Appreciate you. He said apologies needed. Yes, sir. I'm a good brother. I'm a family. Or what did he say? No apologies needed. Uh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I ain't even go get into that. He said, Tony M100. He said, TM, your pups look good. Okay. Oh, Tony M, your pups look good. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Melvin.
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, so I gotta watch this. I gotta watch this pop real quick. So I'm going on mute, but I'm here and I'm listening. Keep rapping. Keep rapping.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, back to what the brother was saying. Um, just focusing on any task that you set your mind to. Focus in on it and watch what type of results you yield. For myself, I equate that to gardening. You yielding that harvest. Focus in on it. Give it the attention, the love, the nutrients that is needed. You interpret that however you deem, and watch the yield you get on when it's harvest season. That's an applicable thing to life. Your career, your relationships, your children. You know what I'm saying? Your internal, your mental health, your spirituality, your growth. Pour into that. You know what I'm saying? Give yourself the proper nutrients, and watch the results that you yield from it. So I'm just using that's my staple across life. Just whatever I do, I'm gonna pour into it 100%, and focus, lock in on those things. So when we talk about these bulldogs, focus on those hounds. Be honest with yourself. Look at the traits and the attributes. If their dogs don't work, be honest with yourself. However you deem you want to call it out or whatever the case is. Make a dog a family pet. You know, but just don't put things together because you got it in your arsenal. Just because you got it. Nah. Make sure that it's fitted, it's suited, it's dotting them I's and crossing them T's. You know what I mean? It's you have that vision, you lock in on that vision, and don't be deterred by it. I'm gonna stand on that. That's how
Yes,
I
sir. Yes, sir. Hey, brother, I'm back and I got something I wanted to share, man.
yeah,
And
go ahead, shoot.
this is important to me, so I want to make sure I'm clear. Can everybody hear? Can you hear me, brother?
Loud and clear. White weight in this building. Salute my brother from Memphis. Memphis, man.
Salute. Hey, man. So, um, a lot of my partners I rock with, they had lives where they caught charges early on, and they don't have all the rights and privileges that I have. And one of the things I want to implore in this chat, and I'm gonna start being more of an advocate for this, is if your brothers don't have the right to speak in a political arena, even though I don't want to be a part of this system, to change the system, you must understand it. You have to become a part of it, but you must understand it. And any of y'all brothers who see like things that y'all can't speak on in a political arena, like say something so that those of us who can vote on it. Because the state of Arizona where I'm moving to has some solid brothers of all colors that have fought it, and they still have they fought the tethering laws so they can tether appropriately. They have some of the best gun laws in the country as far as being able to purchase a firearm. And I've had conversations with brothers offline about this, about like us taking care of our congressional rights. They might say we three-fifths of man, but I still got the right to own a right and bear arms. So let's if y'all have anything y'all need me to go to the political arena with my military affiliation, let me know so I can go there and be a voice when others don't have a voice.
Beautifully said. Second Amendment, right to bear arms. Uh, the right to assemble in the militia to in opposition to a tyrannical government. Um, I'm with all of that, man. It's just we got societal laws, but then we got God given laws as humans. And rule number one is self preservation. So I'm with you on that, good brother. Um, and part of the self preservation is being prepared. Proper proper preservation. Proper performance beats poor performance. So you got to be properly prepared so you don't have poor performances. You got to be
Yes,
properly prepared. You know what I'm saying? Preservation. These are all them P words. Pussy. Them is P words. Come on. Y'all know y'all love the P words. Preservation. Pussy. Paper. Come on, man. Talk about it. I don't want to get into that ism too much. It's too, you know what I'm saying? I might get you in trouble. John Kramer, salute, man.
yeah. The little one was saying we need to chill out.
I ain't trying to get nobody in trouble. Yes, sir. Let's see. He says, I was saying you didn't need to apologize about your son, good brother. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think I was speed reading it and I was glancing. Uh, I'm over here. I was combating with my son. He was mad at me. He needed some milk. That's what that was. He going through a growth stage. I got me one of these big old Southern Bamas right here. It be a big one. It gonna be a big one. Southern Bama for sure, for sure. and he tell him, son. Right, right. Say I'm a Southern Bama, huh? Yeah, yeah, yeah. And man, hey, let me ask you this: as a
Uh,
fellow, a Neil Bulldogman, as you have coined that term, where do you are you? Let me say it like this: are you a connoisseur of combat sports?
such as MMA, boxing, or we talking about like Krav Maga, like the military like kill you aspect.
No, I mean we talk about combat sports. Boxing, MMA.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I enjoy them. I don't follow it heavily, but I enjoy it. I understand. I don't have anybody I follow specifically.
Okay, okay. Indeed, indeed. So what I'm going to start doing is producing uh, boxing content as well. I am a heavy, heavy, heavy boxing fanatic. Boxing is my top sport. I listen to some type of boxing talk on a daily, on several hours out of the day. I'm reading boxing articles. So um, if y'all into boxing, who rocking with my channel, my content, I am going to start producing boxing content as well. I'm gonna start doing post and pre-fight predictions, and we're gonna start breaking down certain fights as well. I'm a super connoisseur. Oh, okay, right on, John Kramer. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Um, I am man. When I say boxing is my shit, it's my shit. So shout out to the LDBC. You know what I'm saying? I'm part of the LDBC. You know what I'm saying? Lion Den boxing community. All the brothers and sisters who are going to see this video, or you know what I'm saying, salute to y'all who's part of the LDBC, 7A Sports, you know what I'm saying, brother Ram, all of them brothers, salute to man, the LDBC. But yes, we're gonna start producing boxing content. We multifaceted around this genre. Oh, there you go, Spence versus Carver. Who you got? So woo! Well, it's man down over here, and I'm standing on that. Bud is a damn dog. Bud is a dog. I don't know if this fight will ever happen. So we're going to speak from a hypothetical standpoint. But I think personally, Bud got that edge on it, that chip on the shoulder, where it's you hit me, I got to hit you. And ultimately, that's going to be his demise. Because both of them brothers is bulldogs. They grand champions. If we talking about old school, putting them in, if they was box dogs, we talking about grand champions right here. But if you putting two grand champs together, that dog in Terrence Crawford is ultimately, in my opinion, going to be the thing that causes him to lose. I believe, along with EJ's poise, people always um, try to focus and call him just a come forward boxer. But if you watch in his last four fights, okay, you look at Mikey Garcia, you look at Sean Porter, you look at who did he fight after that? Mikey Garcia, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, and Udanis Ugas. He fought all four of those fights were different. We got to see a a great a variety of different styles, which most people don't attribute that to him. So for me, the adjustments with the poise, Terrence Crawford is a great adjuster. I think he lacks that small component right there. And watch this. I'm about to mess you up because this is something you said right here, Samurai. Earl Spence Jr., his father was his biggest influence in his life. His father was the one who got him in the gym. His father every day would get out the truck. His father, a truck driver, he'd get out that truck and take him to the gym for 2-3 hours a day. His father is that little ingredient. Bud Crawford was raised by his mother, and if you know about his Bud Crawford story, he had a little rough upbringing, but he got that chip on the shoulder like a son husband.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
yeah.
I might be getting a little heavy. I might be going over the top for y'all. So I think that's gonna be the that missing ingredient right there. It's the difference between Kobe mentally and LeBron mentally. Kobe had being his father, right? Look how strong Jordan was, his father, right? And then you see
Yeah,
LeBron at points that it's that little dash that
yeah,
when that pressure is on, you can tell when it was a father or it wasn't a father there.
yeah.
Uh,
I agree.
Carmen said, "Talk to him." So, oh, come on, come on, come on. We got Big and Polly said Vasily Lomachenko probably the best mechanically boxer I've ever seen. Nah, I disagree with that. So, Vasily Lomachenko, can y'all hear me? I just had a call come through.
Now I can hear you, bro. Talk that talk. Talk that talk.
Okay, yeah, yeah, Vasily Lomachenko is an incredible boxer. One of the things that I love that he does, him being a southpaw boxer, is utilizing his angle. See, we go break down the. I am a steward of boxing. So one of the things that Lomachenko does effortlessly. Oh, come on, y'all got to help me out. Effortlessly. Help me with that word, brother. I'm tongue tied. But what he does well is stepping over most of his competitors are orthodox, right? We're going to say 85% of people are right-handed. Let's say 80% of people are right-handed. And we talk about major sports, we got to say it's probably about 90% of people who are right-handed. So him being left-handed, southpaw, fighting for out that front foot position. If you orthodox and the southpaw, they always fighting for position to keep their foot on the outside. Being able to step on the outside and pivot off and shoot their shots coming over the top or straight down the pipe. And Lomachenko does that well. He steps over, he throws this weird shovel right. It's almost like a hook, but it's a straight at the same time. And he throws that over competitors and he pivots off and he gets you stunned and then he'll shoot the straight left or he'll shoot to the body. He does that impeccably. So he's great there. Uh, uh, he says, "No, you're not champ." Talk him. So okay, right on, right on. Okay. So par the way you just broke down the fight about Terrence Crawford, I broke it down the same way, and you're the only person I've ever heard say the same thing. Right on, family. Right on. Yes, sir. We go definitely start doing a lot of boxing content. Like I said, I love boxing. It's my favorite sport, and we go do some straight boxing lives moving forward. We're gonna probably start doing the boxing lives on Fridays, leading up to fights. We got some good fights dropping this weekend. We had a great weekend of boxing last week. Young brother Shakur Stevenson, salute to him. Shushu fought this weekend. He looked really well. Keyshawn Davis, he looked good. He was talking to Spence, young boy Frank Martin. Uh, Keyshawn Davis, you better stay away from Frank Martin. You don't want that smoke, not yet. Oh man, the Twin Tower, Fondora got knocked out, sent to the Shadow Realm by the brother. What's the brother's name? Brian Mendoza. Mendoza sent him to the Shadow Realm. Caught him slipping with a left hook. Sent that 6'7" tower to the to the Shadow Realms. If I'm speaking over your head, let me know. I will employ anybody. I will name the fight, and I'll give you timestamps if you want to just skip to that, and we can wrap on that. And stay far away from Frank. That's what I'm saying, brother. Uh, Keyshawn Davis is a really good boxer. He the same age as Devin Haney, right? He got 8 fights. He's saying he's on a fast track. What I'm seeing is uh, um, sorry about that. Yeah, my son was messing with something.
So,
What I am
so,
seeing. Go ahead.
so I hate to cut you off, but I gotta share this with you because
Shoot.
um, what you're talking about doing, my cousin does it with football with NFL, and I love when he does it. So he not only does YouTube, he hosts Twitch parties where he says, "Fuck the commentary that's going on the actual fight." He streams the fight and he does the commentary,
Yes, sir.
basically give the play by play like you're doing. But two, for me, I've never gambled on sports at all, but my cousin he does it all the time. He wins, $250 this weekend. Do y'all have any sites y'all use to put in your put in your bets?
I don't be well. I can't. Legally, I can't do it here in Georgia. So, like the all of the online little gambling, little Jones. Right now, I do
Yeah.
make my personal bets. Because I
Hmm.
work with folks, and I get to. My thing is, I got the ear to the boxing, so I hear somebody talking about any name, a boxer name. It's got my spidey senses tingling, and I'm gonna go ahead and step in. Oh yeah, you watch boxing? Oh, woo woo woo. And yeah, now I get to cast my bid in there. You know what I'm saying? I tossed out that fishing line right there. I bait him
Yeah.
in. Um, I lost my train of thought, but yeah, I employ anybody if I'm speaking on any say boxing match or anything like that. Hit me with a question. I'll point you in that direction. Timestamps, anything like that. We're gonna start on Fridays. We are going to start doing lives, um, fight breakdowns, and tail of the tape. That's what we're gonna do. We got Jay the guy said Davis versus Garcia. I got Davis stopping Garcia in between 10 and 11. No, I'm gonna say between 8 and 11. I just watched Garcia's workout yesterday. He looked very depleted. It's a lot of right now. What I'm seeing is it's a whole bunch of warfare going on. If you watch the second, what are they calling it? The 20 for 20s. I forget what they call them now. But yeah, Tank Davis, he started off when going to a 7-Eleven. He bought like $70 worth of junk food. Right? He's acting like he was about to eat this. These is all warfare tactics. Trying to get the other camp somebody to talk and say, "Oh man, Tank, I see Tank he eating that junk food." Woo woo woo. Boom. This is all. These is tactics right here. Trying to make you the opponent believe that they ain't working as hard as they really are in training camp. Okay. Ryan Garcia did it yesterday. After his workout, he was eating all those tacos. The problem was the workout that Ryan did yesterday was lackluster. If you watched, he did about 2 minutes of mid work in succession, and he would take about a 30-second breather in between. He's depleted because he's losing that weight. Right, he's trying to cut weight for the date, so his energy is depleted. Let's see, we got Soul Power. He says those hounds bred. You don't mind me asking? Oh, how are those hounds bred? Okay, Lady May she's a heavy carver dog. Well, she's a carver dog. She's on top in a fourth, directly off of Indian Bolio and Amboss, and then she's got some boomerang in there as well. On the bottom, if we know Amboss is a boomerang dog, I mean a Bolio dog, and directly off Bolio. And then on the bottom, she's also more Bolio and Invicto, directly off of Invicto from Peru. So she's a heavy Bolio dog. And then Young Sir is on top, heavy Michael Myers. On bottom, Tance, which is Red Boy, his strand of Red Boy Jocko, and Invicto as well. So it's on the Invicto traits, which is the bullet. Can y'all hear me? Put a
Yes,
one in the chat
sir.
if y'all can hear me. That call come through. Okay, yeah. So yeah. So I'm trying to focus on the attributes of the bolio as far as the intensity, that tenacity. Um, I want to get a blend between the bolio. I mean, I'm sorry, the Michael Myers. If y'all know, Michael Myers is a Mayday dog. So I want a blend of the size, um, and I want a blend of the height that they both have. So um, the intensity from my female, the intelligence from my male. Um, I like my female's behavior. more than I do with my male. Um, and this is like I said, focusing on certain little things. I don't want to go too heavy into the sauce. I'm just gonna let y'all see it play out throughout the years. But yeah, that's what I got on the yard. They sharing some ancestry, like I said, with Invicto. We go lock in and consolidate on those traits. Getting back to the boxing, all access. That's right, Jada God, all access. Thank you, I appreciate that. He said the second one. I saw that one first. I did too as well. I saw the second episode first. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He said respect. I appreciate that, brother. Let's see. Let's see. He said my pop picked Garcia because my mom loves Tank Davis. Oh shit! It's about to be a battle. Mom and dad finna be fighting. John Kramer. Man, you might have to record that reaction after that fight of your parents. That might be a good short right there. He said, "Hell no, that's hilarious." Yeah, man. Man, we in here cooking. We in here cooking. But as y'all see, I love boxing as much as I love bulldogs. So, and they go hand in hand. If you understand the sport of boxing, it's the same concept. A real boxer has that same mentality where they ready to lay their life down in that ring. You know what I'm saying? They don't have that fear. It's we in there. He said it, he's been running Jeep, Red Boy Rascal. Right on, brother. Right on, brother. Um, the Red Boy Rascal stuff is good. Jeep,
What strategy Red Boy Rascal he running, man?
yeah, yeah. Good question. What strand? Hey, brother Samurai, go ahead and cook for 30 seconds. Let me check on my son. He just ran off.
All right, cool, cool. So, yeah, Mr. John Kramer, I was just curious because the Jeep Red Boy Rascal stuff is I wasn't a fan of it until I moved to Texas and I got a hold of some of it, and I really like it now. It's honestly, I would tout it up there with Red Boy Jocko, and I have my theories on why the Jeep Red Boy Rascal cross. I look at it as to me what some brothers were trying to do as an answer to the Red Boy Jocko Bolio cross. That's a personal opinion. Y'all do with that information what y'all want to with it. But I do see some of the similar build to that. And I use personally Mr. Woodle stuff with Pit Island's Jeep Red Boy Rascal stuff personally. And I was just trying to see what strands you use because my stuff is getting really tight. And after I go back to my stuff one more time, I will be looking to do a line breeding before going to a full out if possible. So that's just me. I'm being inquisitive right now, being selfish. Okay, copy, copy, copy. All right, so that comes up the Camelot stuff. All right, and that's got a heavy Duke influence and all that stuff in it too. Yeah, well, all right, so I like that he's got that. Brother Soul was talking about his Carver influence, and a lot of people speak highly of the Carver, but the only Carver dog or cross that I really know of that I deal with heavily is Frisco, because Chinaman being a Eli Carver cross, but I've heard so many rumors about Mr. Carver that that I almost have a bias towards how I feel about his dog sometimes. Uh, they say he didn't put out too many bad ones. He put out a lot of good dogs, but he didn't necessarily. He would sell you whatever you were looking for. Is what I was told by in an interview by Mr. Ricky Jones, the Rebel. So I just take that with a grain of salt as well. But that's what I heard. That's not what I've seen. This is all speculative at best, and I don't want to sway anybody's opinion or change anything. But that's what they're saying about each other.
No, that's true indeed. I heard the same thing. Say you
Yeah,
whatever you wanted, he had it.
yeah.
What's that
But
that
it's just
Kanye?
what's up?
What you need? What you need?
Yeah,
Oh, that boy had it. He had
but
it. He was plugged.
they swore up and down that Tom put
You
Red Boy in China
here.
dog. You know what I'm
He said to come down off that Camelot stuff. Okay, right, right.
saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Had to get the young man squared away. Get the young man squared away. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. So I just jumped on. You know, what I'm saying I just wanted to get something flowing. I hadn't been on in a while. You know, the good brother was cooking. He had some technical difficulties. So I just thought I would be the extension to it. And like I said, we building community right now, and finding y'all do yourself a favor and find like minded individuals. Y'all galvanize and focus uh, on any said thing. You know, business. Um, for me, this is a lifestyle. So I'm building my art. You know, like I said, if the shit hits the fan, HTH, what is it? SHTF, that's what it is. SHTF hits tomorrow, or WROL, without rule of law, hits tomorrow. I need like minded individuals. So when we come together, we have all of the components to be able to rebuild and be able to thrive in the midst of the storm. Build your art, find like minded individuals. You guys have strong and focused plans on building a strong tomorrow.
Facts, man. Hey, bro, I appreciate you so because you already know when it comes to technical things, I'm going to call you first and foremost. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Uh, these cookups are always good, and I just want to create a forum where we can do this more often. So, gonna have to school me offline where I can get y'all in the chats more often as well, so we can get different panels going for different topics. Because there's times where I might be up at 2 o'clock in the morning and I'll see uh, Martinez or Tony M online. You know what I mean? And they might want to chop it up too, because sometimes I don't want to watch an old YouTube video. Sometimes I want to do a current content.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Hey, John Kramer, appreciate you, family. So love what you're doing. So, hey, man, salute. This Friday, we are going to do a breakdown. We got Joe Joyce versus Yao Zhang, the heavyweights fights. We're gonna do a fighter breakdown of that. Next week we doing Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia. Matter of fact, we're gonna do 2 days leading up to the fight. So, man, we building. I love y'all brothers. You know what I'm saying? I love the sisters that's coming in the future. We manifesting it right now. He said, I just subbed to homie. Hey, salute God. Appreciate you. Hey, make sure y'all elbow drop the piss out that like button. Hit your bell notifications. Send this live and any videos or content. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all go follow my good brother, Samurai Kennel, Williams Old School, or Williams Old Yeller Dogs. Y'all go and follow his channel right now. And, man, we only beginning. I'm going to take it out my intro. If I can get to it, you know, I be having these technical difficulties as well, y'all. Y'all know I ain't.
There you go. One.